Welcome back to the John Mendola Show here at WILK. 10:53 in the morning. Well, let's head out to Yogi Roth joining us this morning via Lackawanna Trail, University of Pittsburgh, you name it. He's all over the world. And Yogi, where are you finding yourself today?
Hey, what's happening, man?
How
Thanks
are
for
you?
having me on.
Yeah, appreciate it, brother.
I'm in Corvallis, Oregon. I got called later this afternoon, Oregon State, Arizona State. The Pac-12 Network has Senior Day, which definitely always makes me think of Lackawanna Trail and Senior Day. And the last time you played games, and I know high school football is probably in the playoffs right now, right? Back home. So it's always a little nostalgic, especially out here. It feels like Dalton. Leaves have changed. It's totally different than Southern California.
Nice. And, of course, you're doing games all year long and get a little Oregon State action. Who's been some of the best teams that you've been able to cover all year?
Well, I think, in the Pac-12, it's been an interesting year. So from SC to Washington State to Stanford, those are easily the top four. But it's been really fun with Heisman candidates this year. I've been around the Heisman since, as you know, as a player at Pitt with Larry Fitzgerald when he was my roommate, and he lost the Heisman. And then I've covered it, or I coached Reggie Bush and Leinart at SC, so saw when they won it. And then was able to be around Marcus when he won it, and Christian McCaffrey when he lost it. So this year with Khalil Tate and Bryce Love, that's been a really fun storyline to be a part of this year and be on those campuses and talk to those young men.
Of course, back east today, Penn State's going to take on Nebraska, and the jockeying for position, Michigan, Wisconsin, stuff like that. I think there's still a whole lot of movement here in the top teams in the country. There's going to be some interesting games the next couple of weeks here.
Oh, well, undoubtedly. I mean, crazy things can happen. You can tell there's an element of the committee of where they want teams to kind of set themselves up to be, which is fine. I mean, I think that's just kind of part of it. SC is included in that. I don't think they've played great this year. There they are right outside as a two-loss team. If chaos ensues, they might have a chance to get in. But it's fun. The Big Ten is a fun discussion, obviously, on the West Coast. When you look at Wisconsin being undefeated, Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, as you referenced, all of those teams with two losses. So I can't wait for this weekend. I love this part of college football. This is when the games, it just gets more tense. And it's really fun to watch the performers come out when that happens. This is when you want the ball. This is when you want to show out your skill set. And I'm really looking forward to really the games all around the country, other than the SEC this weekend, because that weekend's an absolute joke, in my opinion, with teams like Mercer playing Alabama versus the games I think we should be seeing.
10:56 here at WILK. We're talking with Yogi Roth via Lackawanna Trail. He's out in Oregon today. And, Yogi, let's talk about some of the projects that you're up to doing. And so I think in the last week or so, you just have another one coming up.
Yeah, it's been really fun. The season was a blast. Thanks for asking. I did a podcast all year with Sam Darnold, the quarterback at SC, which was a master class for him called The Season of Sam. And we interviewed people that have really just achieved success in big stages. So from Pete Carroll to Will Ferrell to country singers like Sam Hunt to psychologists like a guy named Michael Gervais. It's been a really diverse podcast to listen to a 20-year-old and watch and listen to him learn. So that's been cool. And then I just signed an agreement to start to represent this really unique organization called the One World Play Project. And basically what they do is if you buy a soccer ball, they give one away to a community in need, a refugee community usually outside of the country. And it's the most resilient soccer ball that exists. You can't pop it, you can't break it, you can't bust it, you can't do anything like that. And for me, what I'm going to do for them, I'm going to be a story ambassador, meaning I'm going to go around the country on all my travels and around the globe, and I'm going to seek out really resilient stories. And I'm going to give the most resilient ball away to the most resilient individuals, the most individuals groups, and hopefully inspire them to keep utilizing the power of play to impact the world.
Yogi Roth, always doing some great projects, and that's one that, of course, is as admirable as you get, and, of course, you always seem to find those stories. How about your family? How's everybody doing there?
They're awesome. I mean, the only bummer is I wish everybody was coming to visit. When I was coaching, they'd come out for a game or two every year, but I'm on the road pretty much every week. Every once in a while I get a UCLA or SC game. But they're great, man. Thanks for asking. My brother's got a really cool travel show right now called Robbie Around the World. Her sister's got 2 boys, and she's a superintendent and a PhD, which means she's easily the smartest one in our house. and our parents are always operating with grace, man. I think as I get older, I realize how unique our parents are and what they teach us.
Well, you got a lot going on, that's for sure. Always positive stuff, Yogi, and always appreciate your time and checking back with us here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Have a great game today, and good luck on the call today, all right?
Thanks for the time, John. I miss you, man.
All right, brother. All right, Yogi Roth, a great guy here from northeastern Pennsylvania that has traveled the world and doing great stuff in the Pac-12 with some college football. He's got the Oregon State game today, so if you get an opportunity, you want to check that out, listen in on Yogi Roth today here in college football. As he said, there's some interesting games going around the country. Well, last I checked here with the Wyoming Seminary field hockey team, they were trailing 2-1. And Wyoming Valley West is going at 12 o'clock today. We wish Valley West the best. Hope Sem comes back. Enjoy your day. Stay out of the rain from WILK.